Good evening, America. It is I, Jay Sims, the Lion, and I am here for another episode of the Book of Man. I want to bring in all my people out there, all my vacation lovers. It's the fall. Where all my fall vacation lovers? You know what I'm saying? You know, your pumpkin spice drinkers. Where you at out there? You know what I'm saying? It's that time of year. Let's get to it. Go on out here. Let's have a good time. You want to watch the fall foliage change coming down the road. Where y'all at out there, man? If you ever you at, you should be joining us here right now on the Book of Man, the Way of the Superior Man Breakdown with myself, Jay Sims the Lion, and none other than my man, Doc. What's going on, big brother?
Hey, boy, the pumpkin spice drinkers.
Hey, listen, I'm one of them. I'm a pumpkin spice drinker. I ain't gonna lie. I go in there and get me one to listen. This is my time of year. I channel my inner basic white girl, and I go and I get me some pumpkin spice drinks, man. You know, I had to admit it publicly. You know, I want y'all to hate me, but I like the pumpkin spice. You know what I'm saying?
You probably like sugar cookies and all too, ain't it?
I mean, I might eat a sugar cookie every now and then. You know what I'm saying? I eat one. You know, I eat one, man. Don't tell nobody.
Like ginger snaps, you like those spicy cookies.
I mess with a ginger snap. Listen. Don't be calling me out publicly like this, Doc. You know what I'm saying? I tell people I'm gonna come on here and tell the truth. So if you call me out, I gotta say yeah or no. I don't keep putting me out here like that.
Hey, Damien said it must be Crown in that pumpkin spice.
That don't sound bad. That don't. Boy, that's hey, you might have gave me an idea right there, man. A little pumpkin spice latte with some whiskey in it. Woo! Man, you might have said something just now, David. Oh, I might have to try that. Now I think about it. You out here dropping gems for a young fella like myself.
Boy, I tell you, y'all, but them pumpkin spice, boy.
Got to have it, man. It's only for a short time, limited time. It's limited time.
Oh, shoot.
Limited time. You got to try it.
Until next. You know what? Okay. I'm gonna give it a try. And see where I go. I'll see where I land.
I hate to plug people that ain't paying us, but I'm gonna do this anyway. Go to Smoothie King.
They got
a smoothie called a Pumpkin Delight. Get the Pumpkin Delight smoothie and add cinnamon. That's a good smoothie. That's a good smoothie, brother. I wouldn't lie to you.
Okay.
Pumpkin Delight.
I don't know if I want to waste my Smoothie King visit on that. I'm a Smoothie King connoisseur. Smoothie King connoisseur. I am the Smoothie King.
I respect that, brother. Listen, and my daughter used to work there at the time, so I sampled all the Smoothie King. She hooked. I had our smoothie hanging it out. I tasted everything, and the pumpkin delight, the pumpkin delight smoothie. Add cinnamon. Now you got to add cinnamon. It's all right. That's a good smoothie.
All right. You know what? If you say so.
It's worth a little $6.75 or whatever it is, $7. It's worth it. That's for me. I mess with it. Get a 20 ounce. Don't get a 32. You might not like it. Get a 20. Get a 20.
Yeah, get a small one. Yeah. Damien say Starbucks is the lick.
Hey, Starbucks got that pumpkin loaf. Starbucks got that pumpkin loaf. I'll be on that too.
Boy, I tell you, y'all something, man. All right, fellas, let's look at here. Let's go ahead and let's get the housekeeping out the way. Number one, y'all do us a favor when you get a chance. Click the link above in the description. Go to our YouTube channel. Press that subscribe button. So that way you can go back on all the old book studies. I'm in the process of trying to combine everything into one long playlist for each book. So you can go through and find it. And eventually, me and J. Sims the Lion going to get together. And we're going to film some recaps for these chapters. It's something a real quick hit. Bam, bam, bam for each one. So you can watch it real quick, move on. Number two, if y'all want to interact with us, best way to do it. Number one, you can put a comment down in the video that you are watching right now. Throw that comment down there. We'll throw it up on the screen and we'll talk about it. Second way, if you really, really got something to say, you got to get it up off your chest. Click that link that's above the YouTube link. When you do that, you can come on and be a part of the crew. You can be in the Book of Man. We don't have a chair down there for you, but you can stand up somewhere in the corner. But you can come on. All I ask you to show yourself on camera at first so I can see you in the green room. As soon as you throw you up, hey, you can turn it off. I'll let you know. And you don't have to have your camera on. We just have your voice. If I already know you, you ain't got to do that. So, all right, that's it, man.
That's it. So what we got for them this week, dog? What chapters we got? What we breaking out for them?
All right, y'all. This is the end of part 2. Part 1 was about finding purpose.
Yep.
And how to live close to the edge and to make yourself better. Part 2 is about the relationships with women.
Yep.
Your woman, not women in general, just yours, the one that you affiliate with. Not everybody.
Not everybody.
So
not all.
We're rounding that out. Yeah, I don't care about the rest of them. They can do whatever. Yeah. I don't want mine.
That one you got in your house, you trying to take care of.
Man, there you go. All right. Chapter 21. Stay with her intensity to a point.
Hey, that's the important part of that statement. The end of that's the important part right there.
Oh, yeah, to a point. We got to know when to shut it down.
Yeah, got to know.
Ooh.
So how he opening up on this one right here, Doc? What do you say?
He says when a woman gets emotionally intense, a mediocre man wants to calm her down and discuss it. Or leave and come back later when she is sane. You know, he got the quotation marks there about sane. A superior man penetrates her mood with imperturbable love and unwavering consciousness. If she still refuses to live more fully in love, after a time, he lets her go.
Okay, what I want you to do, Doc, I'm late, but I just sent you something. Okay, that's pertaining to exactly what we're talking about. I don't know if you can get it up on the screen.
Yeah, hold on. Let me pull it up.
I meant to send it to you earlier, but I thought it was apropos to what we've been talking about the last couple of episodes. And somebody sent it to me that watched this program and said, you know, this is how you do it. And this was
all right. Hey, let's check it out here. We're gonna share that screen and then make sure we share the system audio. We're gonna throw it up here. Add that in. All right, there we go. Let me see if I can make it a little. No, that's too big. There we go. We're gonna roll with that. All right, let's go ahead and turn that on. There you go.
Man, I don't even want to cook no more. You wait till the last minute. It's still frozen.
We ain't doing that. We've been doing good. Excuse me. Can I get 4 orders of Chinese chicken and some fries? Hold on one second. You don't get over here and give me a hug. 4 orders of Chinese chicken and some fries, please. Thank you.
Now, the person that sent that to me said that's how you're supposed to handle it. That's what they're looking for. They want you to, I guess that's the loving them through it.
Yeah, you know what? He right. He right.
That's the loving them through it. Now, I'm gonna tell you.
He right.
My pushback to that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. First off, it always work on video. Now let's start right there.
Oh, of course.
Secondly, how often you got to do that?
Yeah.
Because what did he say? He said she will continue to test you.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
How often do I got to go? I got to do that. He came out the room and the first thing he say, "Hold on, now we've been doing good." So how long? How many times?
I ain't gonna lie. That's what I say in the classroom. When the boy get up out of his seat and want to shoot baskets in the trash can and never make them, I'll be like, "We've been doing good. We've been doing good.
We've been doing good."
Oh, come on, Doc. I'm like, bro, you 0 for 20, man. Come on. 0 for 20. Hey, Davis, ain't nobody got time for all that.
I'm telling you, the women folks say that's how you're supposed to do it. That's what they want. They want you to come in there, address whatever little issue on the table and give them love. That's what
want. He right. He right. Now, in the video that worked, and hopefully it worked when you tried. It might not work the first time.
Right.
Because they're going to want to be mad.
Yeah.
And want to be in that emotion. They're going to push you off. You do it again. After about the third try, then they're going to melt down and be like, all right. But dang, you got to wait three turns, man. Look, That's how they view a rock. Hey.
Well, I'm just trying to help y'all out here. We're trying to give you actionable steps out here.
Hey, hold on a second, Jay.
Yeah. So, if you saw the video, that was sent to me by a woman that would told me that's how they want it done. They want you to come in there, shut it down, shut them down, give them a little love and affection, and that's going to make them calm and get them back right. And he said in the previous chapter that's how you do it. You love them back in the fullness. So that's what we want to do.
Yeah.
We want to love them back in the fullness. And you see how in that particular situation, he immediately brought her intensity down.
Yeah. And look at this. That's how they view a rock.
Yeah.
So there we go. That's true. But the part that he said that was very telling and convicting, he said a mediocre man wants to calm her down and discuss it, or leave and come back later.
Well, I can say this in my relationships. They try.
Mr. Roberts say they tried that 5 out of the 7 days.
They try.
And then they just smack him on the butt after that. But go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Listen, so you love them in the fullness, you're trying to treat them right, trying to do something like that. And then he says you got to match the intensity, bring it down. And you just got to stay in that lane.
Yeah.
And be ready to. Again, the question on the table is how much of that can you deal with as a man? And in my personal life, I can say I have definitely, according to his definition, been very mediocre because I'm very much the. Look, you got to deal with that. You got to deal with that. You out of line with it.
Mm-hmm. But if they do it too much, what's going to happen is one or two things. One, the man he gonna shut down internally. He gonna physically be there, but he not there in no other way.
Right.
Or he just gonna be like, I'm out.
Yeah.
And both of them not really good.
Nope. And I don't, I guess it comes, we all have our own individual relationships. You know who you got with. You knew who she was.
Yeah, yeah.
So you got to decide early on, are you the type of man that can do that as often as that woman requires it?
Yeah, you made that choice.
Right.
But then I guess that over time you get to know the ins and outs and what work and what things do what. So I mean, it's just one of those things. But he say stay with it until a point. So I guess what he's saying, don't abandon ship. And I like this other part right here.
Okay.
This the part here that was kind of convicting for me too.
Okay.
The way you relate to your woman's chaos reflects the way you react to chaos of the world.
Yeah, is that what he follows up with? If you were the type of man that yeah.
If you want to put so he said, if you're the type of man that needs everything placed neatly in this little box, then you will also try to box your woman's emotions. If you're the kind of man who would rather hire other people to take care of the chaos in your attic or the chaos in your finances, then you'll probably rather leave it to someone else to take care of the chaos of your woman.
I've been that guy. I can admit. Mm-hmm. I can admit I've been that guy. I definitely be like, man, I just pay for it to get on up out of here. I ain't got time for it. So I can admit I've been that guy, especially because of my relationships. Sometimes I look over at a woman and love her to death and just be like, I just come back tomorrow.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. But you know what? I'll say this. You don't have to do that what the dude in the video did every time.
No.
You don't. Now, in that instance, he definitely knew something else was wrong.
Right.
I mean, because he was saying something else was wrong.
Right.
She needed a hug. That's what the whole thing was.
Right.
But it's other times when you just can't tell and don't know. And it depends on, I guess for me, you try these couple things, and if they don't be working, then I ain't working.
Right.
I'm kind of like, all right, no, I'm good.
And I think that's the main thing in these chapters. I think a lot of good information is given out in this part too, about how how to deal with and handle some of the situations with women. But I think you have to also, and he says very often, you have to evaluate yourself.
Mm-hmm. That's what the whole thing is.
Yeah. So it's really a lot to do with how you evaluate yourself and how you want to move forward in each situation.
So there are two parts toward the end of this chapter, because again, these chapters are very short.
Right.
He said, if you're going to get stamped on by the steer, you're going to get swamped by the ocean, and you're going to get hurt by your woman. This is how you learn. You get up, dust yourself off, swim to shore, turn and face your woman again. The only options are fear or mastery.
Now, I like that because it basically says what we've been saying, which is it ain't going to work all the time.
No.
So sometimes you're going to try. I got some tips and some tricks and some techniques for you, but sometimes it ain't going to matter.
But look at this. I mean, and this is what I just realized. A lot of this is in the beginning stages, right? It's about self-control and self-moderation.
Right.
And that was all chapter 1. Now, this chapter assumes you have already mastered that. Right. And now you can try to, focus on the outward part.
Right. You that's true. I do got to consider that.
Mm-hmm.
This part 2 is as if, you already going through part 1. You've already figured that out. Mm-hmm. But I do believe, I'm pretty sure in this book, he says a man shouldn't be with a woman until he's figured out some things about himself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so, unfortunately, for most of us, though, we don't do that. We don't know to do that. That's what I say. We don't know to do that.
Well, we know we like women way before we know what our purpose is.
Yeah.
Yeah. You right around 13 or 14, you know, man, I got to get me one of those. I got hey, one of those would be all right. That's when you really start focusing in on I like the way that thing over there look and feel right there. I want to be a part of that. And then,
that's true.
Yeah. So you already want to be a part of that a long time before you figure out what kind of man you're going to be.
Man, I mean, what's funny about that, I hadn't figured out what kind of man I wanted to be and what my purpose was until probably 5 years ago.
Exactly. Well, let me trip you out.
Less than that.
for some of us, we don't know our purpose until we get with the right woman.
Yeah, for me that some of for some people that is true. I'm not going down them folks. But
You know,
for those people who be like, "Well, I was lost until I found you," and all of that,
well,
to
he
me, I
even
think it
said,
sound good,
yeah.
but
Well,
is
he
it
even says in the book that some people will find their purpose in being a parent. So if you
yeah?
didn't find your purpose to you as a parent, then you met the woman before that,
Okay. I'll give you that one. I'll
right?
give you that one. I'll
So
give you that one.
it's all like you say, we this balancing act we walk as men.
So look at this. So, and I didn't highlight this part, but I just saw it. He said you can quit. You can choose small steer. That's like you can choose the little bulls, the
Yeah.
rodeo, or and tiny waves. You can wait for your woman to calm down, or you can even threaten her. Or you can take the moment as a challenge to your ability to conquer the world, your woman, and your love.
I see where he's going with that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, um, and I think you do have to perceive some of the things that happen in a relationship as a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I think it boils back down to how big of a challenge do you want to take on?
Yeah. All right. So here's the question. Here's the question everybody want to know. When do you know that it's enough?
Hmm?
And either you leave or you check out of the whole thing completely, but physically be there.
I think you know it's enough, or you check out when you no longer want to even try to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Like as long as you're like, I got to figure out how to deal with this. I got to see what's going on with me and my woman. I got to figure out how to get her to calm down. I want this to be better. I want to figure out a way. When you get to the point where it's like, I don't even care if I figure this thing out.
Okay.
And that remains your refrain over an extended period of time. I'm not saying the first time you experience that, hey, we all gonna have them days where it's like,
Hey,
you know,
throw your hands up.
yeah, we gonna all have those days. But when over a long period of
Yeah.
time, 6 months, 8 months, a year, depending on versus how long you've been together or
Right.
whatever, is when you be like over a long period of time, we like, I don't even care. I don't care what you do. I don't care if she's mad. I don't care if she's happy. I don't whatever. I don't care the things how she feel about anything that I do. When you get to that point over an extended period of time, that's when you really got to start thinking about,
Yeah.
whether I want to be in this or not. Because clearly, you no longer care about her emotional stability at that point.
Right.
And
So, Mr. Roberts, go ahead, man.
If you're going to be in a relationship with a woman, you gotta care at least a little bit about how she doing emotionally too.
Yeah, I mean that's part of our responsibility. That's part of protection and providing.
Right.
In my opinion. So Mr. Roberts said, if you need a woman or a man to find your purpose, then there's a big personal issue going on. I'm gonna give him that one because everybody's purpose is individual.
It should be. It should be individual, and I think that's part of why some of these relationships don't work, because we out here using that other person as our purpose, and it can't be. You become consumed about trying to make somebody else happy, and everybody else's happiness is their responsibility.
Mm-hmm. That's right. So this last part here, he said he tells you how to do it. And you know what? After reading this, there is some credence to what he's saying. And I'm gonna read it first, and I'm gonna explain why I think it's accurate through my own personal anecdote.
Okay.
So he said, keep your breath full, keep your body strong, keep your attention present. No matter what your woman says or does, give her love. So this is the reason why I'm kind of co-signing on that. a long time ago, man, I had to learn how not to be afraid when, like, at a job, the owners of the company are there and they trying to blame you for something that ain't your fault, or any stuff like that. And I've been in that situation.
Mhm.
I used to work for that warehouse up the road for one of the major tire manufacturers. And man, corporate stuff, if you working with shady people, you always got to watch your back because they're gonna blame stuff on you.
Yep.
And they tried that on me. And I remember sitting there looking at the president of the company, and I'm telling myself in my mind to stop slouching, sit up, sit up. And I would sit up, now look him dead in his eyes, look in his eyes, and don't blink. Look in his eyes, look in his eyes. And I'm looking in his eyes, and then I got him backing down from me.
Right.
So it's a way to kind of fortify yourself for what's coming. And even with your woman, I mean, that's somebody you love. So it's a little more difficult because it's different. But you got to do the same things. You take them deep breaths. Remember to breathe.
Yep.
And keep your body strong. Stop slouching. Sit up and pay attention to what you're doing.
And I think that's really the point to this. That these are techniques and tools that we can use, and like you said, you can prepare yourself. And it takes practice.
Yeah.
It takes practice. It takes being intentional and recognizing, your possible weak points, and doing something about it. Taking that responsibility on yourself to try to do something about it and to try to do better moving forward. And in your relationships, both your personal and professional, through actively making yourself the superior man.
So look at this. So what do you do? I just had another thought. All right. As we read this, we're thinking about emotions in a way where it's anger or violence. But what if it's not none of that? Then how you gonna deal with it? She crying, or like I had to go through before when my wife lost her cousin that was like a sister.
Right.
And you don't know what to do.
Well, I think it's the same thing, although I think it's a lot slower of a response when it's sadness. Is you still love them through that. She still need that hug.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yep.
She still need that hug. Sometimes the best thing you can do in a situation like that is sit down next to her and hold her hand. When it's sadness. And they talk about this in the book, that don't let your first reaction be to try to figure her out. Let your first reaction be to comfort.
That's right.
And she'll open up when she's ready.
Mm-hmm.
But your thing is to try to love her through it and let her know she's loved and appreciated. So I don't think the technique changes depending on the emotion. If the emotion is sadness, anger, even happiness.
Now see, you can beat it.
Don't question her happiness. Just celebrate it with her.
Yeah, that's it.
Celebrate it with her. She come in the house dancing and happy. You be dancing and happy too, and then she'll tell you why.
Yeah, that's it.
But she want to see you excited. my only thing with women that I see women do in that arena when they happy or excited about something is they wait and get themselves together, figure out how they feel about something, and then drop it on you and want you to have the same reaction they had with no prep time.
Hey, you better be on 100.
She found out she was pregnant 3 weeks ago. Then talk to everybody about it. She done figured out how she feel about it, and then drop it on you. And you supposed to know you supposed to have the right response right there in that moment.
Man, listen, let me tell y'all something funny. Okay, but that same thing, my wife would tell you the same story. We had been married almost a year, and we talked about having kids.
Yeah.
And we already said, okay, we're gonna do this. I wasn't all the way on board, but I kind of was on board. Like, okay, this is something we should be doing. And I knew, her time was running out.
Yeah.
Which, it unfortunately did, after the 2 kids were born. But she told me she was pregnant, and I will never forget this day. I ain't talked to her for like a week. She wanted me to be excited and happy, but bro, I was speechless for 7 days.
So, just so I understand this program.
Hey, James say sometimes you got to fake it, because I know you faking it as much success as y'all got going on out of y'all house. But yeah, man, I did that.
So y'all had the conversation about the baby.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So she was already pregnant first. Then she gonna act like it's a new topic.
No.
Okay.
I was the first one. Well, you know what? I'm assuming she was the first one I told. She probably talked to her mama, but I was assuming it was me.
She definitely talked to her mama already.
It was
you was not the first guy. You might have been the first man to know, but you wasn't the first person.
Wasn't the first person. Man, I ain't talked to her for like a week. That was
You wasn't ready. You wasn't ready.
No, man.
I said I wanted to have kids, but not right now.
Yeah. Exactly. We talked about that thing, and a couple weeks later, months later, shoot, it was right now. Like, godly. And hey, and I don't know what people think, but boy, if you look at my kids, you could tell they came from me, so ain't none of that.
Oh yeah, we definitely know that. Look,
but wrapping this thing up, man, this chapter, he says this. He says, you have mastered women and the world when no desire to either avoid or attain sways your loving or limits of your freedom.
Right.
When it gets to the point where you can handle all of that and it don't scare you, it don't make you nervous, you just handle it, that's when you mastered it.
Yep.
We got that in our jobs. We know that.
Yeah.
You
just keep moving through it. You know it's coming. You know the bull is coming down the road. But I think for us at work, we're fine with it.
Mm-hmm.
We fine with it at work. We get home, it's like I got to deal with this nonsense at work and at home. Mm-hmm. That's when it get rough. Well, but hey,
I think it got a different wrinkle depending on who it is. Because if it's your wife or your significant other, their words and actions mean a whole lot more than Ray at the job.
That's true.
Because you don't even care about Ray. You could fire him tomorrow. He ain't got to come back.
He ain't got to come back.
I don't care if 6 workers ride with you to work. You can have all them stay home too.
You're right. You definitely get rid of Ray and be all right. You ain't got to share the bed with Ray.
No. So that's what make this thing different. That's the power that our wives and significant others have regarding us. They have that power, and I think it was designed that way.
Okay, yeah, I believe you on that one. I'll go with that.
All right.
So let's move to the next chapter, boss man.
22. Don't force the feminine to make decisions. I use this today. But he says, a man abandons responsibility by expecting that his woman will always make her own decisions, and then be accountable for the results. And then later on, he goes on to say, if you keep making those decisions, she will become chronically sharp, angular, and distrustful of his love. She will cease surrendering in love with him and cease trusting his masculine capacity, and instead, wait for this, become her own man.
Yeah.
Now, Mr. Robert said this. I want to make sure to give him that before we jump into that one. Men are fixers by nature, but everything doesn't need fixing with a woman. Sometimes less is more. Sometimes all they need is a hug with no words. That's right.
Correct. That's correct. Let me tell you that.
Damien said, amen. Yep, becoming her own man.
I definitely understand where this chapter goes.
Mm-hmm.
Because as you go further in, he talks a lot about you don't necessarily have to make the decision for her, but she wants your thoughts and your view on it. I think it comes down to she wants to know you care about what she's doing.
Right. But then look at that first part though. That she'll make her own decisions and become accountable for the results. Now, when we think about that, we're thinking about something drastic. But what about something simple? Like what you want to eat today.
Right.
And then you tell her, okay, and this happened to me today, actually, but I'll tell y'all that story in a minute. But I think what he's saying is something like, okay, she says, I want to eat, I don't know, Bonefish Grill or whatever. Okay, you take her to Bonefish Grill. For some reason, she don't like it. Now it's your fault that you took her there because you ain't said something different.
Well, the people talk about this topic all the time. The women don't know how to pick something to eat. Yeah, I learned a long time ago. I just go someplace I like.
That's it.
If a woman says to me, I'm hungry, but doesn't offer like, oh, I'm hungry, I want some seafood, or doesn't offer me anything like that, I just pick somewhere. Start telling them what's on the menu. I don't need. I pick something that I want, and then just, hey, they got this chicken pasta. You want some of that? And she's like, I don't know. Then I just pick something else. I just, or I might just say I done ordered something, it's on the way, or whatever. I'm not having. To me, that's a dumb conversation. I'm not going back and forth with you about that.
Look at what he says, and this part made it clear. And I'll tell y'all what happened today. He said your woman asked for input, and you say whatever you want to do is fine with me.
That's because that's the answer we want.
Huh?
That's the answer we want. Whatever we want to do is fine. That's not the answer they want.
But so listen to the rest of it. He said this is the statement of a friend, not a lover. Further on, he says, as lovers, you and your woman are more than just friends. You're playing the full dynamic of masculine and feminine polarity. And then he ends off that part by saying, one of your most valuable gifts is the ability to see all the options and make a decision based on this view of all the potential outcomes.
Yep.
She wants you to make the decision, and she asks you for that because you are built to do that.
Yep.
So this rang true to me today. So, my wife just recently had surgery, so she's limited in the stuff she can eat. There's only certain things, she got to eat. Right. And I usually call her when I get off work. Call on the phone. Hey, she said, well, just bring home something to eat. Bring home some meat because she got to eat a lot of protein.
Right.
Bring home some meat. And I was about to say, so what you want?
Right.
But then I stopped. I stopped myself and I said, all right, I got it. And I just went and grabbed something and brought it home. But I read this last night and that's what stopped me right there. I stopped. Like, okay, no, that's not what I'm supposed to do.
Exactly. That's all I want from her, from a woman in that situation is, like I said, just say something like, oh, I want some seafood. That's all I need.
Yes. I'll figure it out.
That's cool. I'm gonna walk in the house with some sushi. It's good. Whatever.
But here's the issue though, because we always hear in media and everywhere else that we should value their opinions and all of this stuff, and how valuing an opinion looks.
Right.
And with that, they would tell you, okay, if you value her opinion, you need to ask her what she wants. Right. But when in reality, she just want to tell you, I want this, and it's done.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's the bonus you get from marrying me. You get that bonus because it's stuff that I can say. Well, honestly, with my wife, if I tell her, okay, I want to go see Niagara Falls, that's all I need to say. Right. I don't need to say nothing else. I don't need to make no other decisions about where we staying at, no hotels, because I expect when I tell her that, she get to work and she do it. So likewise, she should be able to expect when she said, I want some meat, for me to say, all right, I got it.
Right. And that's fair.
Mm-hmm. So Mr. Roberts said, I've been married 22 years. My wife told me she doesn't like making decisions. She says she is comfortable with me making the decision because she knows I'm going to make the right one. See?
There it is. Now, I'll be honest with you. You know, personally, sometimes I feel like they want us to make decisions so they can blame us.
Hey, you know what?
That's how I feel sometimes. It's like if he make it and he wrong,
it ain't on me.
It ain't on me.
I guess that matched what I said earlier. You brought us here. Oh shoot! Hey, sometimes I feel the same way too. Yeah. I'm trying to reprogram my mind so I don't think like that, but I always be on the lookout for.
I think, you know, one, you have to spend the time getting to really be intentional about getting to know your woman.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have to know if you go into the grocery store and you out of cereal, and she like Reese's Puffs cereal.
Yeah.
And you bring home the Reese's Puffs cereal. You got to know this type of stuff. Like, you got to know,
yeah,
hey, she say she hungry.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, you shouldn't ask more than one or two questions, you know.
Yep.
You know she loves seafood and you know she loves Mexican. You say something like,
hey.
I would think about jalapenos. Oh, I would love some Mexican. That's all you say.
Well, you name them two things: Mexican and seafood.
That's all they eat. That's what they eat.
You mess around and put them two things together.
Oh man! Oh man! Bring some shrimp fajitas in there, boy. You the man.
Hey, what? Seafood nachos.
Hey.
All right, I ain't gonna lie, that's my job right now. So David said, "Wife feel the same." Jalapeno. Oh man, yeah, them jalapenos.
Yeah, so you know, it's just. I think the biggest thing to learn from don't force feminine to make decisions is the other part of that is you have to learn your woman, because she does want you to make the decision, but she wants you to make the decision for what she like.
Yeah, you got to know.
Tell you what she like every time.
You got to know what direction to point in, but then you got to make the final say so. So look at this. What do you say? All right, James, hey, big time facts. When she says she doesn't want to cook, I already know to stop and get her salmon and broccoli. Me and the kids getting Popeyes. You might want to try some Mexican and seafood next time.
That is seafood. That's a salmon.
Salmon. It's salmon.
James, listen, bro. I can't. I have so much trouble doing the two stops. All the two stops make me mad. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to do two stops.
I know.
The two stops, boy. I gotta do better. I don't want to make the two stops.
See, you know what I'm saying? If it's on the way. But you're going to win big time. You're going to win big time. Oh, and he said that's on Taco Tuesday. See, that what I'm talking about. But so look at this thing here. This is what he said. And this is kind of what broke a lot of stuff open to me. All right. Well, Damien say 2 stops is less headache. See?
This is true. That's true.
It's less headache. Because I don't feel like eating that. I don't want nothing from there.
Yeah. I understand it's less headache, but boy, I hate doing the 2 stops. I'm not gonna lie. I can't stand it.
Oh man. Yeah, but do them Uber Eats. Nah, I ain't never doing that, John. Never mind.
You can't do the Uber Eats from 2 different places. You're gonna be done spent $20-$30 on just delivering.
See? That's why I can't do it. I'm cheap.
Yeah. Now I have requested an Uber Eats from someplace I wasn't willing to drive to, and then drove to someplace else because I wanted 2 different things. I have done that.
Hold on, bro.
Look, the food I wanted was fall. It was fall.
You got Uber Eats from one place,
right,
and drove to the other place.
Yeah, they brought. I wanted some. It was a dessert I wanted. It was a dessert place, but that place was like, you know, 12, 15 miles away. I wasn't driving way over there. And then I went and got my food for someplace else. And then, it's so far away that by the time I went and got my food and got back, they was just getting to the house.
Boy, y'all so creative people, boy. I tell you.
I only had to make one stop and I got 2 different things,
Oh, Lord, have mercy. All right. So, this is what he said. He talked about feminine decisions based on what feels right. But he said, however, the point of intimacy is not simply to make the best decision, but to make the best decision while maintaining the force of masculine and feminine polarity that attracted you to begin with. So what is he saying now? You can make the best decision, but still maintain your masculine frame while you're doing it.
Yeah.
It's up to you to make that fine, because she gonna say, hey, I feel like something. And I know we're using food, but it could be anything.
Yeah.
It can be anything, but food is easier for us to understand and the envision. But it can be anything. But you just maintain your masculine frame, and you could find out some of what she like or what she have a taste for or what she feeling or whatever, but you still got to make the final decision. And in most cases, that's what she wants.
So, Doc, let me ask you this one now. Now you down there, you in your bat cave. That's your sanctuary.
Yeah.
That's where you at. I respect that. I know, and the rest of the house belong to her. Why she even ask you what you like?
You know what? I ain't gonna.
it don't matter. She gonna buy what she want anyway.
That's true.
So why you bothering?
No. You know what? I take that back. She will call and ask me what I think about stuff.
Okay.
Like even with decorations and stuff like that, she'll be like, "Okay, I'm thinking about this," and then I'll just be like, "You like that? Oh yeah, all right then, go ahead."
Exactly. That's all she wanted you to say. Go ahead. She really didn't care about your opinion, Doc. She just makes you feel good. She just wanted you to say, "Go ahead."
Oh man, yep. Hey, I'm gonna take it.
What she don't know is she ain't had to call me. I was gonna say, "Go ahead" anyway. You know how much money we got.
There you go. Because this is what I think, and I always say this: you should be careful who you choose to partner up with, who you choose to marry.
That's
the reason why is because you can be yourself, and the other person won't take advantage of it.
Right.
So you don't have to cut out pieces of you. Like if you one that like to buy gifts and stuff like that, you get with somebody who's worthy of that, you can keep doing it. You don't have to kill part of yourself to stop.
Right.
So I can do that with my wife because I know she's not going to take advantage of me. I'm going to give her everything she wants. I don't really care. If she says she want it, all right. If we got the money, okay. Go ahead. But I know she won't take advantage. She'll say, no, I don't need this or something first.
Right.
So I can be who I want to be. I ain't got to kill parts of myself for that.
That's good. And if you're right, you have to be extremely careful about who you choose to partner. That's one of those decisions that really, really and truly can make and break your life, or at least a portion of your life.
Yeah.
You could end up spending 10, 12, 15, 20 years with somebody, and that's a lot of time.
Mm-hmm.
And have it not, work, end in nothing. But you gotta be careful and make sure. I think the biggest thing is you gotta do your due diligence. You gotta really evaluate who you are and who you want them to be.
All right, look at this. See, he missed. So, Mr. Roberts, you missed the first part of the book, but this is what this talking about. Men will never understand women. Never. Remember, when God made woman, he put man to sleep. We don't know what God told her, what she told God. All we know is when we woke up, she was there, and their emotion changed with the wind. Yep.
That's exactly what they talk about in the book, Mr. Roberts. Yep. In the first couple of chapters, they try to tell us idiot men. Stop trying to figure it out.
Stop figuring it out. Just accept it and move on. Just accept it. So here, all right. So basically what I'm getting out of this whole thing He told that he was missing a rib tip. And he was
Oh,
missing a rib tip. But maintain the balance between masculine and feminine.
yes.
And the more you trend toward the feminine, the more she trends toward the masculine. Because the balance will be maintained.
Yep.
It just depends on whether you gonna maintain it or it's gonna maintain itself. Now I got something in my notes here. And it has to do with, when people say, I want a partner, I need a partner.
Yeah.
I need we're gonna be partners in this. And I wrote, this is what happens with partners, not committed or married people. And it says she might be trying to make a decision based on different possible outcomes of her choices, which would be masculine style. But because you have masculine sexual essence, you will naturally be able to contribute to her masculine decision process. But more important for the intimacy, if you don't contribute to her masculine decision-making process, the two of you will be depolarized with each other's energy. So both of y'all acting like dudes.
Yep.
She'll be in the masculine, you'll be neutral. So he don't even give you the masculine. He said you'll be neutral.
Right.
You move yourself to neutral. And there will be nobody in the feminine. And this is fine for short periods of time. But when it becomes chronic, then the two of you will begin to feel like friends rather than lovers. The attractive juiciness of polarity will be replaced by two buddies discussing options.
Yep.
That's a partner. When all these people say, I don't want to do this or that, I want a partner that I can build and grow with. You know how they say all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's this.
I think I saw a guy just break this down very well. He said, are you a lioness or a tigress?
Okay.
See, a tigress and a male tiger and a female tiger are pretty much equals. They'll come together and mate, and then they'll both go back to their own territory, their own realm, and that's it. Whereas the lioness and the lion have defined roles. She might go out and hunt, but that lion go out there and kill them hyenas.
Right.
So a woman has to make that decision for herself that she want to be a tigress or a lion. Now, tigers live solitary lives.
Yeah.
Lions are in a pack. So you want your people, you want your pack, or you want to be a tigress.
See,
and the man got to make the same decision.
The thing that stuck out to me, and I know I said this a couple of times, when he said she'll be in the masculine and you'll be neutral.
Yep.
You'll be nothing.
Yeah.
Because you was over here in the masculine and you put feminine energy in, you just move closer to feminine, but you nothing.
Right.
That really, wow. I'm neutral? I just don't really care. Wow.
That's why there's no intimacy.
And that you become two buddies discussing options.
Yep.
So, Damien said, that's what KS was talking about. And we know who KS is.
Yes, we do.
He said, don't pick a hyena. That's only asking for a partner. Boy, them hyenas.
We ain't even gonna get into that. We're not gonna do it today, Doc.
Nah, we'll save that for maybe a Saturday.
Yeah, that's a Saturday convo on them hyenas.
Hyenas want to run things.
Well, again, that's a Saturday convo. You ain't gonna get us on this. We're talking about Book of Man, Superior Man. That's a Saturday conversation. Come back on Saturday.
That's a Saturday talk. All right. So, man, we almost at the end of this. I got two things to throw on the table. Number one, another way to say this is that she will begin to trust her own masculine more than yours.
Yep.
And then you'll find that she trusts you less across the board. She will refuse to surrender to you, even sexually, because she hasn't been able to relax and trust you all day. You haven't offered her your masculine clarity and perspective. So she has to be her own man and give it to herself. Wow. Now that is big. So I guess what he's saying though is that we just got to keep our keep your frame, man, because the more you not in your masculine frame, the more she gets in it. It's like masculine is a coveted thing and everybody want it.
I don't know. I'm not even gonna say it's coveted. It's necessary.
Mhm.
Somebody has to be in it,
Yeah.
and that's just how that ball rolls. Or you either you're gonna do it, or she's gonna roll into it because it has to be met.
Yeah.
But the thing is, once she starts meeting the masculine, you become unnecessary, which is the neutral. You become unnecessary.
Mm-hmm.
However, a man could go into the feminine occasionally and return the masculine. If a woman goes into the masculine too often, she will remain in it.
And that's it. That is it. Because, he said it's good for a short time. Right. But he said if it becomes chronic, then you'll feel like friends. Right. So again, we got to maintain a masculine frame. And a part of that is making decisions. What's going on, Fritz? My boy Fritz Wolf down in Florida. Hey, good man right there.
I think one of the things we have to worry about, I don't know if the word is worry, but one of the things we have to consider is today, we meet a lot of women already in their masculine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So when you meet a woman who's already in your masculine and you in your masculine, it becomes a conflict.
But then I guess you got to fold back on the last chapter.
Well, what I'm saying is, if I meet you and you already in your masculine and I'm naturally in my masculine, we already at a point where the intimacy can't exist. I gotta force you back into your feminine just to get to the intimacy.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And what that becomes for a man is like, you might be a good woman, have all your shit together, whatever. Mm-hmm. It becomes I don't want to deal with that. I gotta force you into your feminine. I know I came to the table with my masculine. You came to the table with your masculine. I don't want that on the table. I don't need more masculine. It's too much masculine on the table. I'd rather go find somebody already in their feminine. And
I guess that's when you get to I need somebody that can handle me, or you get he was intimidated by
that just sounds like a lot of work. That just sounds like a lot of work. See? I don't want to do.
Chapter 21, stay with her intensity to a point.
To a point.
And that's the point. And you stay there and talk and stop. So at the end of this, he says, a practice, always help your woman make decisions by giving her your perspective and telling her your choices while letting her know that you love her regardless of the decisions she makes.
Yeah. And I agree with that. That's, you coming there and you giving her and you saying, hey, I like the blue one.
Yeah.
I like the blue one. You wear what you want, wear what you like, but I like the blue. The passport bros have struck.
I ain't got to say no more. I ain't gonna say no more.
Saturday conversation. Y'all try to get us on the wrong topics out here now. We talking about the book.
Hey. But you know what? The book be intertwined. We may have to bring some of this book stuff into Saturday. Hey, SYSBM. Oh boy. Hey, this dude, Mr. Roberts just laughing. I can hear him laughing right now out loud. But I guess with all this, man, I mean, we can't. I see the setup for it.
Right.
Stop running away from the stressful situations. Go ahead and make those decisions. Because she's looking for that.
Yeah.
And if it's somebody that you're in a long-term relationship with, or you married to, they signed up for that.
Yeah.
They signed up for you to stand up.
Oh, that's a good one, Doc. Clip that, Doc.
Oh, we got to put that on the thing. Yeah.
They signed up for you to stand up. Fellas, men, that's what they signed up for. You to clip that. We clipping that. That's going up.
Yeah, we got to put that on the thing.
Yeah. That whole little portion right there, you killed him with that one, Doc. You could get yourself some of the bombs. Oh. Get yourself some bombs, Doc.
There we go. Oh, you had to duck.
That's a good one right there. I like that.
Hey.
She signed up for you to stand up.
Mm-hmm.
There it is. And I think
That's
on
it.
that note, we can get on out of here.
Yeah, man. All right. We
All
done
right,
with
man.
this one. Part 3 starts. Hope you should be next week.
Yep.
Working with polarity and energy. We got stuff chapters like your attraction to the feminine is inevitable. Can't run away from it. Choose a woman who is your complementary opposite. And I just said that.
Yep.
I just said that. What else we got? Know what's important in your woman. You will often want more than one woman, and to tell you how to deal with that. So it's all kinds of stuff there. So as we wrap this up, all right, here's some other important things. Tomorrow we should be on the Nerd Show with the world's strongest nerd coming in. We're gonna talk about this Wakanda Forever for a little bit before we go see it. Got some pre and post show stuff planned. Hopefully I'll get my son to come on with me because he set it off last week and he might would have liked it. So we're gonna come back with that Saturday morning. We should have a show, and I don't know what we're gonna talk about yet, but there'll probably be some of this stuff. And then we're gonna roll on.
I got to send you a couple videos, Doc. We gonna get into we can talk about some of this, but I think this Kyrie and Kanye stuff that's going on, I need to address some of that.
All right. Well, there you go. We can toss in the Andrew Tate and the Kevin Samuels in there too, because it's the same thing.
Same thing. Don't say nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But we ain't gonna get into that right now. We appreciate y'all coming and joining in with us tonight. All the comments. Of course, always welcome to join in and jump in. It's Thursday night. The Booker Man will be back again. We love y'all. We out.
Peace.